Hello, this is Jilly Bling. I have a project to share using Darling Details Bundle. So this is a stamp set, and today we're just going to use 2 stamps only from this stamp set. But the dies are great that go along with this, and that's what will make this adorable little flower. Isn't that cute? So for this shape right here, I used Nested Essential Dies. Look at all those shapes in there. We'll be using the 2 larger rectangles. Then of course, for the little flower, we'll use the Darling Details dies. So, it has a belly band. Isn't this ribbon beautiful? It comes in a 3-pack, and the 3-pack includes like a pink, I think it's Bubble Bath, Lemon Lolly, and it might be Blueberry. But it's really cute, very soft, and it has this adorable little silver trim on the edge of it. And these are an online exclusive. They are called Loose Frosted Dots, and you could find them online at stampinup.com, and we'll be using those. The embossing folder is another online exclusive, and it comes in a 3-pack. I think it's a 3-pack for $30, and 3 different embossing folders, and they're great. Each one of them is very different. But it's interesting how they come in the 3-pack. I love them all, which is really nice. Okay, so there's the card. And then it opens. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And it opens again in a repeat of the same flowers. And we'll be using daubers to color those in. Thank you, friend. So those are the 2 stamps. That's all we're going to stamp. So the last project, this is a Gotta Have It project where if you order it on or before July 10th, I would love to send you 5 card kits. This is the 5th one. This is the 1st one. And I'll send you all, because if you buy the bundle, I'll send you all the paper and the die cuts already done, if possible, unless you have it in the bundle. For instance, this one. Isn't that cute? So that's number 1. This is the 2nd one. 2, 3. Oh. This is the 4th one, and it's just a little bit extravagant. So that's why I went so simple on this last one. Because look at this when you open it up. Hold on. Isn't that ribbon pretty? And look at the embellishments on that. I love this one. Watch this. You ready? Whoa! That was a lot of fun to make. So that's number 4. And then this is the 5th one. Okay, so let's get busy and make this project right here. I'd put the belly band back on, but I have a feeling we're going to be getting on to the inside of it. Okay, so here's the embossing folder. We'll use that in just a minute. These are inside papers, the ribbon. Let me just take all this stuff off. This is the paper. And look at that, like the torn edge. It's so realistic, but it's beautiful paper. Look at that one. Yeah. Very fun, very happy paper. And then, of course, the one that we're using today in the Lemon Lime Twist. You know, I think this is called Masterfully Made, and I should know it, but DSP. Here, it's right here. Yeah, Masterfully Made on page 132. Okay, so let's get started with the card base. So it's pretty much 2 card bases. There's one with a standard fold, and then there is a second one, which I cut just a little bit narrow compared Usually I would cut it at 4 1/4, but it's like 4 1/4 minus maybe a 1/16 of an inch, not much. And this will fit right into here. Now it goes on top. There we go. And you know, since I'm thinking about it, let's just do that. Let's just start putting it together. This card is very easy compared to all the others, and it goes together really fast, which is fun, very fulfilling. It just goes right into here. And before you let the glue dry, just make sure that everything will still fold. Like that one there, that needs to kind of slide up a little bit. Maybe. It's looking ugly. Before it dries, let me get it. Probably need more adhesive. So maybe just make it a little bit high on there. There, that's better. And just because of the thickness of the paper, you will have a little bit of a lip down here, but it's really convenient when you go to open the card if it has that little lip. But if it drives you crazy, feel free to go to your paper cutter and chop it off. Okay, so that part is done. And these are inside pieces, but inside, like way inside. Okay, let's see what else. This is to cut these pieces here. So let me cut those out. Just keep with this rhythm. Get it set. So those are there. This is the belly band, and I'm going to texture this with the embossing folder. So if you're wondering, it's too big, we're going to run it through twice. If you were to fold it, you would have, because these bumps right here, they're popping up. If you, like your knuckle, how it's popping up, if you were to fold it, you would have half of them popping up and half of them popping down. We want them all popping up the whole way around. So to do that, I'm going to take the card base, and notice how I'm setting it down on the table. That's just so I get the folds somewhat together. And at this point, it's just going to be a soft fold where I wrap this around and I have it skimming along the paper tabletop. There. And when I turn this for you to see, you're like, you didn't do that very straight. But once you put your image on right in the middle, you can't see. And even this one is put on a bit crooked because I didn't try very hard to see. Can you see in there? Yeah, you could see. But it doesn't matter because you never see that. Because when you put the belly band on, you just slide it over the top and then it comes off. Okay, so I have these about right. And just do a little bit of a fold on it. And now I'm going to texture it. So to texture it, here's the embossing folder. I'll put it near the top. And when you're using an embossing folder, just as a general rule, don't put it way up toward the crease because this little bit right here has no texture on it. So if you pushed your paper way up there, this part would have no texture. So just drop it down just a little bit. Run it through your embossing your machine. Crank it on through. So now you have this much textured. Then turn it over. And because this texture is kind of thick, you can just kind of slide it around and all of a sudden it will set in place and run through this much. And there is a little bit of a seam on it. And if anyone is studying your cards that hard, they don't deserve one of your cards. It's okay if it has a little bit of a seam. Okay, so there is that. Just make sure those creases are good. And you don't have to take you can if you want, take your bone folder to them because right now there's a little bit of a gap just because of the thickness of the card. And you don't want your belly band on so tight that it's a challenge to get it off of there. So at this point, I'm going to put the belly band back on and see how it slides nicely. And I'm going to put the ribbon on. And the ribbon will kind of confirm how tight it should be. So the ribbon I'm just going to put into a knot. There's not really enough room for a bow on this card. So just a knot. And I'm making the knot maybe a little bit tight, but not too tight. See how it still moves a bit? Again, if it's too tight, your belly band is going to be a problem rather than an asset. Okay, and I want these tails kind of go in a different direction so they don't get in the way of the words on the card. Isn't this ribbon pretty? I love Lemon Lolly. I could say I'm not a yellow person, but I really like Lemon Lolly. Okay, so we're getting there. How about if we just start making the rest of the card? So here's the masterfully made designer paper and a piece of lemon lime solid colored cardstock. I'm just going to attach these, and I'll put all the paper cut sizes on my blog, and my blog is jillybling.com. Just a little bit of a border, and you know it's the same color, similar color, but sometimes just that little border of solid makes all the difference. And it definitely makes your card a bit more substantial with all the layers. It's a simple card, so we have to get fancy somehow. So when you look at the designer paper, and it's like torn paper, I'm going to have it so that the shadows are downward. For instance, here's a heavy shadow, so it looks like this paper is over that paper. Therefore, I'm going to have this at the bottom. I'll put it right in the middle of the card. And then the other one, right here. And I'm going to stamp, thank you, thank you, thank you. Oops, I just about did that upside down. Thank you, thank you, thank you. On this second layer. So here's the thank you, black ink. So what I'm doing right now is this right here. I'll start with the bottom one. And because it's such a casual font, if you don't get them perfect, like I could see that this one is closer than that one, or if they're a little bit crooked, because of the designer paper being very casual, it's okay if you're not exactly perfect with your alignment of your stamping. Okay, and let's work on the front, the belly band. So I'll do thank you again at the bottom. And did I do it on the inside? I think I said thank you, friend. Since it's out, let's do that. Thank you. Guess this person gets thanked a lot. And then friend. And again, because it's a casual font, If it isn't exactly straight or if it's like stretched out, it's fine, just fine. Okay, that's all the stamping we're going to do. So these pieces can all get attached. I just need to find my Stampin' Seal. Lemon Lime Twist, Lemon Lolly, white. It's very fresh. Okay, so attach that. Let's get this on the inside. Uh-oh. Right in the middle. Lemon Lime Twist. And white. So yeah, that's kind of simple. But after you add the flower and the embellishments, it's really cute. Okay. So let's work on the flower. So the flower, this is the flower die, and it comes in the bundle. I have 2 of them right here. So we're going to use daubers to color them. And with the daubers, I'm going to try to use the edge of the dauber to do the green. Just because if you were to go straight down, it makes a circle. If you use the edge of it, see how you have a little bit more control? So I want the leaves and the stem. And I purposely want the dauber to have some light areas and some dark areas, and a little bit on here. Can you see how there's light and dark areas on there? Like that's really dark. That's almost yellow. Okay, and I'll do the one for the inside. And another thing is all of these are going to go on white paper, so you want them to be some areas dark so you can recognize, oh, that's a flower. I got green on the petal, which I really didn't want to do, but it still turns out okay. Okay, so that's lemon lime. And just the centers of the flowers. But if you like yellow, feel free to do lots of it. That would just make it stand out a little bit better on the white paper. The less ink that's on the dauber, the softer the coloring will be. Like there's not much ink on there, so it's a little bit soft. There's not much ink at all there. But if you go into it strong, it's a little bit more bold. That's it. Okay, so let's put these flowers onto the card. So one of them, yeah, my plates are getting old. They leave behind this residue. I think it's all over. If that happens to you too, take your adhesive remover and that will just remove most of those little bits. But they're always on the underside, so it probably doesn't matter. But because this card is so bright and white, I don't want them peeking through the side. Ooh, look at that. Yeah, my plates are dirty with paper shards. Okay. Okay, so here are these. And the one on the front, I'm going to glue just on the stems in the flower center, because I'm fine if there's a little bit of the flower popping up, because it would make it look a little 3D. The card is a little simple, so maybe it needs a little bit of that. Isn't that cute? Okay, and then for the inside, this one will probably be stuck down. Well, I was going to say completely, but because it's kind of protected inside the center of the card, it could probably be done partial glue or all glue. Isn't that cute? Okay, just start drying. So now I'm going to get the embellishments. So I'll put drop of glue 4 times. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'm going to use a large and a medium embellishment. Picker-upper tool. So happy I have picker-upper tool. Okay, that's a large one. And that's a large one. Get 2 medium ones. Maybe. I think that's a large one too. Maybe it's just 2 sizes in here. Okay. Do a large and, or a medium and a small. See, that one's really small. I think that's a small. Okay. Cute. Okay, time to work on the belly band. I kind of want to let those dry a bit. So I'm just going to leave it open. Let's work on the belly band. So I have the ribbon scooched kind of far over here. And this is going to go on here. So I'm going to start out by putting some dimensionals on the inside right by this gap. Oop, I'm almost out. And then on the back side of this, because I would put them over here, like some right here, but I don't know how far out to stretch them. And another thing that's deceiving is because this crease is not the center of the card. Therefore, I'm going to put dimensionals on the underside of the lemon lime twist here at the edge, midpoint. It's convenient. I have this edge here. So midpoint. Midpoint. Okay, and I could just put this on right in the middle, making sure that these amounts are equal, but I want to check the tightness of the belly band because I don't want it too tight. So I'm hoping that those are dry. Just stay put. Stay put, little embellishments. Because see how the belly band, because it isn't, ooh, okay, that's good. See how nicely it slides? That's a good tightness for it. If it wasn't, I would have to take off the ribbon or maybe pull it this way to give it a little bit more room, but that's fine. Okay, so now that this is on here, and I'll use this line up here to make sure that the belly band, it's not like all sideways like that. Looks good. And then I'm going to put this on in the middle of the card, and don't pay attention to where the seam is, but look at how much lemon lolly you see, how much lemon lolly. Then here at the bottom and the top. Okay. There it is. I think those are a little bit long. Okay. That's it for today's project. What do you think? Leave me a comment. I always appreciate when you all comment. I like to know what you think. And I hope you have a great day. If you have any questions about the Gotta Have It box, send me a message, let me know, or put in the comments and we could communicate otherwise. Thank you. Bye.